Hey everyone, Hawk here from H&T Vaping. Welcome to the first vaping blog post that we're going to put out, and we're going to talk about everything vaping. We're going to talk about different equipment, and we're going to talk about different events that are going on. We're going to basically anything vaping, if vaping news, whatever. And it's interactive, so if you want to talk about something, you just subscribe to the channel and then leave some posts down there and tell me what you want to talk about, and we're gonna discuss all that too. Just whatever you want to do. Hold on. Oh, that's good stuff. I got some new juice I just mixed up. It's got some really good flavor to it. So, today we are actually going to discuss the AR Tac Mod from Tac Mod USA. We're also going to talk some vaping news, what's going on with the FDA a little bit, just a little bit, a vaping event that's coming up that I'm looking forward to, and what we're going to do as we go through this. So my partner is not here right now. He's going to get with me later on. We're going to do another post for some equipment that's up and coming that we've got. It's going to be the Tesla M2. So if you're looking at mods and stuff, stay with that one because we're gonna come up with that one. But today is going to be the AR Tac Mod from Tac Mod USA. It is a sexy piece of equipment. I went and I bought this down at my local vape shop. Yes, I do buy things from the local vape shop. I don't just buy for myself. I went down to the local vape shop, paid retail for it. Just a really sexy piece of equipment. Comes with a little dog tag from Tac Mod USA that has the serial number and everything on it. So let me hold that up real quick so you can get a look at that. Let me just see if I can't get the camera. Oh, get the digit out of the way. There we go. Tac Mods USA. Cute little dog tag. Comes clipped to it when you buy it. I bought this a couple of weeks ago. Been vaping on it since then, and well, let's look at it and talk about it. So, the things that I like about this, first off, good solid piece of metal. I mean, that's some nice metal right there. It's got a good weight to it. I like mods. I like mechanical mods that have a good weight to them. I'm not real hyper on the ones that are real light. I don't like that. This one has ridiculous threads. Look at those threads. Those are just some beef-eating threads right there. Good copper contacts, nice 510 connector. All the threads on this thing are just absolutely buttery smooth. I mean, they just, oh, you can just hear that. That's just, oh, look at that. Oh, that's just, every time, that's just sexy as hell. Same thing on the fire button. Good beefy threads. There's no way you're cross-threading this. Let me see if I can't get there it goes. There's no way you're going to cross-thread this. Same, oh, there we go. Same, copper contact down on the bottom. It's got the little redesigned fire button. It's a nice piece of equipment. Now, it does require some work. If you go down and you purchase this brand new and you slap your battery into it and you drop your ad up on top of it and you're expecting it to knock your socks off, you're going to be a little disappointed. I was. You can go over to the actual website. Just go to H&T Vaping, go to the blog section, and read the blog about that, because I was kind of disappointed in this actually when I first got it. It required a lot of work. I stripped the contacts and everything out of it. Went after them with steel wool. Went back and buffed them. I mean, spent a lot of time and effort on it. My biggest problem with the AR Tac Mod was the fire button. I watched the videos and everything that were put out by AR. Their guy did a really good job, and the reason that they were so thrilled with their redesign on their fire button was because they were like, oh, you can hit it anywhere in there and it's just going to fire up strong every time. And the fact of the matter is it's not. And part of the problem is the way that it comes from the factory. So let me talk about that real quick. The fire button comes from the factory with this sad little spring in it. And it's just a little tired. Why would you do that? AR, seriously, why would you do that? They should have had magnets in it, and if you didn't know that, you should have spent some more time doing a little bit of research. Okay, I have since replaced the sad little tired spring. I threw it away. I didn't even keep it. I just took it out and threw it away with magnets, and that makes a huge difference. It still has a sweet spot though. Let me show you. This this is not a review of my baby. This is my. I'll tell you about this one in a minute. Let me deal with the AR. Let me show you this. Watch. That's a cloud. That is a cloud. That is a good cloud too. The juice I'm vaping, I just got done working on it. It's had about a week to steep, and it's got some really nice nuances. This was my. So it turns out that contrary to what the AR guys say, their button has a sweet spot, and it was one of the problems that I ran into when I got it. See how thin that is? That's kind of sad. It's a mechanical. It shouldn't have done that. It should have blown a plume like my King clone did. It should have blown a better plume. It's an original. So it turns out, let me hit this, because there's a sweet spot. Let me show you. That's what it should have done. The button, the way they set up this fire button, if you don't catch it in the sweet spot, which is down in this corner, if you don't catch it in the sweet spot, it doesn't make great contact. Poor contact means poor discharge on the battery. Poor discharge on the battery means poor power to the actual coil, and poor power on the coil means not a great hit. Okay? It's inconsistent, and it's one of the reasons why this is not my daily go-to. My daily go-to is still my King. I can't get past it. It's a good piece of equipment. This isn't bad. I'm not saying for you guys over at AR Tac Mod, don't get your feathers in a ruffle. I'm not saying you made a bad product. I'm saying for what I paid for it, and that's on you because of what you sell it to the retailers for what I paid for it, I really expected it to blow my socks just smooth off my feet, and it didn't. It's inconsistent. Sometimes it hits really good. Sometimes it doesn't, and that's the problem. Whenever you're going to turn out a piece of equipment that you're selling for the price that you're selling it at, I paid $168 for this, and that's based on the price that the retailer had to pay so that they can make their money off of it. And I'm telling you right now, at $168, the shop that I bought this from, they're not making a lot of money on it. They're getting by, but they ain't making a boat ton of money on it. And I guess that's where this video is going to go. It's going to go to price. I am big on not spending an arm and a leg when you're getting into vaping and you're trying to figure out what your vape is. Fortunately enough for me, I got hooked up with some guys that don't mind clones, and they're like, hey, before you go drop a boat ton of money on this stuff, figure out what your vape is. I've got some variable voltage equipment. I've got a couple of box mods. I got a bunch of clones, and I went through and I found out what my vape was, and just for reference, my vape is mechanicals, and I know, stop looking at me like that, I know I smelled it. My vape is mechanicals, and I prefer the copper and the brass, and it's because of the patina that it gets, and because of the smell of it. I know a lot of guys don't like it. They're like, oh, it smells like pennies. I don't have that problem. I like it. I like the way it smells. But I found out what my vape was, and that's one of the reasons why I got the AR Tac Mod. I like mechanicals. I'm a huge fan of mechanical mods. And when I saw this, and I was like, man, that is just sexy. I mean, it looks like a gun rail. It's definitely looks like a piece that came off an AR. It has a good weight behind it. The finishes that it come in, I mean, you can get it in all kinds of different finishes. Go to their website and look. They've got some great finishes. But I really expected more. I expected it to be more consistent, and I expected it to hit, I mean, just really knock it out of the park, and it didn't, and that kind of bummed me out. And with the juice that I'm vaping, if those coils don't heat up exactly right, this is a 0.6 dual coil build on top of this dual coil. I don't know what that was. Dual coil build on top of this Kraken, and really for what you're paying, I mean, you would expect it to hit like that every time. I mean, I expect it to make contact in a positive manner every time, and it didn't. And that kind of bummed me out a little bit. But I'm not going to get rid of it. That's my first original, and it was a gift. It was like my Father's Day gift. So yeah, I'll still hang on to it. Now, since I bought it, I've been vaping on this now for, well, going on about a month. And since I got it, the latest and greatest has come out again, and so people have moved away from the Tac Mod, and they've gone on to their thing. And a couple of guys that I know are actually selling theirs, and they're selling them for between 120 and 150 bucks. At $120, if I had this in my hand prior to buying it retail, would I have spent 168 bucks on it? No. At $120? Yeah, I'd have bought it. I'd have bought it at $120. I sure would have, because the problems that it has, once you learn to figure them out, but it's not bad. The fire button, about 90% of the time, 99, 98, 95, I'll give it 95. About 95% of the time, I can hit it in the sweet spot. And so, it's not a disappointment for me. It's a bit of a letdown, but if you want to read the whole shebang, just go to the website and look at it. You can read the whole story, and you'll understand why I was a little bummed out about it. Now, that's my take on the Tac Mod, and that's just my opinion. It has no bearing whatsoever in reality. For you guys over at Tac Mod USA, you know what? If there's something about your mod that I'm not saying properly, like you're like, oh well, Hawk, if you'd have just done this one thing, it'll blow your socks off. Hey, leave me a comment. Go down there and leave me a comment and let me know. Shoot me an email and tell me, hey Hawk, listen, this is the way it is. I'm not talking trash about your mod. Okay, it's a good mod. It's a sexy mod. I'm just saying, at the price you're putting it out there for, man, you could have come in under a lot lower and turned out a product that really would have been better. So, just something to think about. I'm just saying. This is my 2 cents. Has no bearing in reality whatsoever. So that's my take on the Tac Mod. We'll let it ride for now. If your experience is different, leave me some comments down in the little box down there, and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel too. So that's important. That is some good juice. Oh, I'm all excited about that. Okay, so that takes care of the Tac Mod. Let me tell you about my baby real quick, because this is a vlog. So if you didn't know, and you were like, oh, it's a 3-minute video, hey, stop right there. Quick. Go someplace else. This is my baby. This is my very first mechanical mod. And I've got a couple more since then. But this one, oh man, I'll tell you what. The guy down at the vape shop, when I first started vaping, I was using the little Evi pen, and it was cute, whatever, but the vapor reduction was horrible. So I went back and I talked to my guy down at the vape shop, and he hooked me up with this bad boy. It's a King clone. And you can see I've actually done some work on it. And the reason is because it was inexpensive, and so I didn't feel bad going after it, going at it with a engraving tool. I went and took my engraving tool and kind of customized it up for myself the way I wanted it, and now it's got a good patina going on it, and it just looks really nice, and I like it. I enjoy it a lot. And it hits. I mean, it just, every time this thing fires, my God. Every time. It's a great piece of equipment. I'll probably do a review on the King clone, but I'm waiting because I'm actually going to purchase an original King for you. That, you know what? There's something for you guys who are manufacturing the originals, and you're bummed because somebody's ripping off your product and they're selling it and they're selling it cheaper. Okay, first off, you should ask yourself, how come they're selling it so much cheaper? Okay, I understand it comes from China a lot of times, and so they're not really working with those labor laws. But the fact of the matter is there are American companies that are making mods that are under $100. So why is yours so expensive? You might want to ask yourself that. That's just my little rant on that. But while you're asking yourself that, you should remember that some of us out here that are vaping on these clones, we're actually testing your product because we know they're one-to-one ripoffs. They're just a ripoff of your gear, straight said done. And so when you find something you like and you're like, okay, that's my vape, then you go and you buy the original. And so I'm going to be purchasing an original for the King clone because I've looked at their new one out with the gnarled locking ring down at the bottom, and I really like that. So yeah, I'm gonna do a side by side with an original in this one at a future post because I'm really enjoying my King. So that's just me. That's just my hey, whatever. I'm going off on a tangent. I know it. So let me come on back and talk about what I'm actually talking about. So upcoming vaping events. There is a VapeCon, a Vape Blast coming up in San Antonio here in Texas. If you're in the Texas area and you're looking for your first convention to go to, you might want to check out Vape Blast 2014. It's going to be in San Antonio at the San Antonio Event Center. It is August, I think it's 16, 17, and 18. I think you go look it up to verify those dates, but I think it's the 16th, 17th, and 18th. It might be the 15th, 16th, and 17th. I'm not sure because I don't have a calendar in front of me, so I didn't look. But Vape Blast 2014, San Antonio. I'm going. My partner, he's not here right now. We're gonna get together and do a review on the Tesla M2, which. My partner is all off into variable voltage and variable wattage devices, but I think I got him with the Tesla M2. It's a mechanical, and it's a ripoff of the King. The Tesla looked at the King and said we can make that, and they did, and they made it cheaper. So, yeah, King, come on, work with me here, because I like your product. Don't be a bummer. I like all the ripoffs of your product. Let me try that. I like all the ripoffs of your product. I'm hoping I'm going to like your product. I'm really hoping because I'm going to put it side by side and trust me, I'm brutally honest. You just saw what I did with Tac Mod. I hope to God you got a good product. So, I'm betting on it. I'm looking forward to it. Vape Blast 2014. I keep getting sidetracked. Sorry. There's a little ADD going on there. Vape Blast 2014, looking forward to it. I'm going to go out there. We're going to take our ladies with us and, have a good weekend and check it out. And then when we come back, we'll do a post and let you know about the con. What's going on in the news? Well, the FDA, some of the regulations have been rewritten or reworded, I should say. It's going to be interesting to see how that comes out. For all you guys that are still trying to figure out what to do, man, get hooked up with CASA. Get out and get on their website and look at their website. Go over to Freedom for Vape, Freedom to Vape. I know that some people are not real hype on the Freedom to Vape guys. Hey, don't be a hater. Everybody's got their stroke. Let them do their thing, okay? And there's different organizations and stuff. Funding these guys is important, so anytime you can make a donation, remember to do that. We're actually thinking something in the future a little bit, so we're looking at trying to fund some people as well. So just everybody's doing their thing and trying to get around. So right now, the way the FDA deeming regulations are shaping up, it looks like the online businesses will still be okay. It's going to be one of those, wait and sees. I mean, honestly, you're going to have to wait for the final word to come down to find out what's going on. So that's my take on the FDA deeming regulations. Remember, CASA, good organization, Freedom to Vape's out there. Whatever. Just, do your thing. Do your thing. Support the cause. What else is going on, vaping-wise? There's a ton of stuff that I'm drawing a blank on right now. That's okay. I'm not worried about it. Shout outs. So this is my first post. This is the very first vlog entry. And so I believe on building on what came before us. And so I want to give a shout out to a couple of guys that have really inspired me. First one goes out to Grim Green from grimgreen.com. I've watched your vlog entries. I've watched them all, as a matter of fact. I subscribe to your channels just so I could get updates. And you said something in one of your early videos, which is what inspired me to do this video. You said if we're not doing everything we can do to help out people that are just coming into vaping, then we're not doing our job. And that's not a quote. That's, that's what I understood when you said it. So I'm not sure what your exact language was. So nobody say, hey, Hawk quoted this guy. I didn't quote him. I just kind of paraphrased it. So I'm doing my part. I'm going to put these videos together, and I'm going to do some of the builds. I'm going to talk about some of the equipment. I'm going to talk about what happened when I first came into vaping, my experiences, and where I've gone from there. And I'm brutally honest, so that's just the way it's going to have to be. My second, so Grim Green, good job. You motivated me. I hope you get a chance to see this and understand that you motivated me. Keep up the good work. My second one goes out to Rip Trippers, because he puts out a lot of really good information. I don't always agree with him, but information-wise, the man puts out a lot of good information, builds and everything. I mean, it's just really good. Almost all of the coil builds that I use, I learned by watching his videos. And as a matter of fact, I'll be giving props to him as I do some of the coil builds, because I'm going to repeat them when we actually get into doing some of the builds and stuff, because we're going to talk about the different, mods. We're going to talk about the different atomizers. We're going to talk about little cigalites and just anything vaping I want to get into. So where applicable, I'll be giving props to Rip Trippers. So this is your shout, bro. Good job. Keep up the good work. I love your posts. So that's what I got for now. So upcoming, my partner will eventually be joining me. We're going to do a review coming up on the Tesla M2. I told you he's a huge fan of the variable voltage, variable wattage stuff. As a matter of fact, I think he's off into the MVP, which is his daily vape right now. But I think I got him hooked with the M2 for mechanical. So I don't know if it's his daily yet, but I know he likes it. I know he enjoys it a lot. So we'll see. That one's coming up. So just keep an eye out for that one. Oh, that's good juice. Okay, so that takes care of, like, my take on the AR, things that are going on in the news with the FDA, some of the groups that are out there that you can get involved with, my shout out section, so I can say hey to a couple of guys that really motivated me. There's some other videos that are going on. Oh, I want to give this shout out real quick, because I just finished watching the last of her videos, and I gotta, as far as somebody who's just getting into vaping, who's going through the process, you know what? Muffin vape. Muffin, keep up the good work. This is a great set of videos. It really was. It was a great set of videos. I like your take on some of the e-juices. I think that about covers it. Yeah, that about covers it. Okay, so this is Hawk telling you to keep vaping. Peace on you, and do your part. Do your part. Get out there. Leave us some comments. Subscribe to the channel. Leave me some comments. If you wanted to see something that I didn't do, you wanted to see an uppy closey, I don't do those. But if you want to see them, let me know. I can set it down on the table. I just don't think it's really necessary. I mean, you can see it when you hold it up, so I don't really, the uppy closey part, whatever. It's not my thing, but hey, if you want to see it, leave me a comment. Let me know that. I'll drop it on the table next time for you. So there you go. That's my take. This is H&T, Hawk, coming at you. Peace on you. Enjoy your day. Remember, vaping is going to kill tobacco. It's going to happen. You're going to see it. It's going to kill it. Vaping is going to kill tobacco. Promise you. 30 plus years I smoked. All gone. No more. You still here? This is just me vaping. You know that, right? No, I'm not. I'm just vaping. I'm just gonna keep watching. You're gonna watch? Okay, I'll tell you what. Because you sat here through that whole, you're still watching. So because you sat here and you're still watching, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I ran through a whole boatload of mods when I first got in. Now you're just listening to me talk. When I first got into vaping, and one of the ones that I picked up was the X gun. Look at that, nice wood mod. I love sexy mods. See that? Look at that. Takes an 18650 variable voltage, variable wattage device. It's all controlled right up here on the wall. It's got a good clicky button too. I love clicky buttons. It's got a good clicky button. So I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Because you're still sitting here and you're still watching this. I'm gonna give this away. I'm gonna give this away. So what I'm gonna do is when I get to 100, I'm I'm gonna give that away. 100 subscribers. I'm gonna give that away. So leave me a comment. Come back. That's all right. It's just that Tac Mod. It's fine. Come back. Keep watching. Okay. And when I get to 100 subscribers, I'm gonna give that mod away. And it may be yours because you sat here through the whole thing. So leave me a message. Let me know. You're the one that sat here. Hey, I sat here through the whole thing. Hell, I may give it away to the first person that comments. You know what? I might do that. I'm not sure yet. It might be randomized. I might just randomly generate when I get to 100, like hit my little thing and let it do its little rotation and find out. But if you're still sitting here, you know what? Leave me a comment. I might just send it to you. I might do that. Like the first guy through. I might do that. Just saying. I don't know. I'll think about it. Go back to work. Stop watching me. I'm just vaping. I'm not doing anything. I'm not giving anything else away. Go back to vaping. Go do your thing. Come on. You know, I'm closing the window. This is me. Closing the window.